Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced Stream, Junior Edition. I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey, at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
And there's nothing really junior about it, but it's Joey and Richard, so it's JR. That's why we do that. But yeah, I think we should come up with a jingle that's like MakeCode Junior or something. I don't know. Yeah.
404 followers. Ooh.
Cool. So we're back working on our Zelda game, and Joey, you've been out for a bit.
Yeah. Lots of stuff in here. I see a dungeon.
Yeah. So let's do a recap of everything we've got in our dungeon game. First, you might notice that I actually animated the mouse.
Ooh. No more rotate 90 degrees. Oh, too bad.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So first things first, we've got little plants you can slash now, and the frog bunny, because he was too adorable, got replaced with this possibly equally adorable bat.
Yeah.
But we're going with it for now. We might I think I might make it so that the bat like directly attacks you later, so that you feel a little more justified, you know.
Like an anger expression on it too would help.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we've also got a another new enemy, which actually I think I might have taken them out of the game. I forgot to put a tile in for them. Okay, I'll do that right now. So we're going to go into one of our tile maps for our world. You know, the other thing that happened was all of our world tile maps got messed up. Well, we'll put yeah, I don't know. It's we need to open a bug for it. Okay, we're going into we're going to put in this guy right here. So this was an enemy that Debugger gave us. And we went ahead and gave him some behavior. So let's head over and check out Chomp. Chomp. Whoop. Chomp. Those little hops.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Wait for it. He looks angry.
Was not expecting that one. Oh no.
All right. Chomp killed me. He's a high level enemy.
Nice. I guess you kept the sideways rotate for this death spin, so that's good. I'm happy with that. I did it for
like the little death spiral thing. Okay. So the other thing is we have a dungeon now, so we can go ahead and go into our dungeon. Here we go. Here's our entrance. It's got some pots you can break, and some of them have hearts in them. Nice. Go up here. We've got this Minotaur, another Debugger supplied enemy. A little bit of edits from me. Go away. Okay. And we've got this like locked door now. And so now I can go over here. Let's go try and find a key. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Shucks.
Yeah, that's pretty forgiving.
Yeah, I need to make this one a little bit more solvable. But anyway, you do it right like I just did. You can get up here. And I can go through here, and we've got a key over here. Key. See it up here. All right. Now let's run back over. Okay. Minotaur. Go away. Okay. So when we have a key, we can walk into one of these, and we use our key. Whoa. Okay. We also got arrow traps. These are potentially the most dangerous thing we had. And I'll show you why.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah, we went a little overboard. All right, let me keep going.
Okay. So for those, maybe part of it is make it so only like the bottom 4 pixels of the sprite count for the overlap and just disregard otherwise. Like compare that.
Oh yeah, that's
so
not
that
a bad
it's
idea.
only a feet. Because the top half isn't actually touching the ground from this perspective.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not gonna toy with you today, Minotaur. All right. Okay. Okay, we also got these cool spikes.
Yeah.
Dungeon's got a lot of ways to end us. All right, and now I've added in the thing we're going to be working on today, which is up here. And oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. I'll fix that. So we're working on a classic puzzle mechanic from Zelda games in this one. And right now they don't do anything. But the idea is that I've got these little, what would you call these?
Pirate? No.
Stanchions?
Gates?
Bollards? Something.
Ballards? Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah,
they're like the things you put up to block traffic.
Exactly.
Except these are to block humans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, nice. Yeah, so the idea is we're going to have these things that are up here, and we're going to have two different kinds. We've got this white kind, and then we've got this darker orange kind. And the idea is that when you hit this magic orb with your sword, where it's going to flip color, all of these ones are going to turn into these ones, and all of these ones are going to, well, sorry, not like that. All these ones are going to go down. These ones are going to go up, and they'll kind of like reverse like that. So right now they're all up because we haven't done any coding for them yet, and I wanted to make it easy to author the thing, so I'm just going to always author them with all of the all up ones, and we're going to write some code to fix it. But yeah, so that's what we're working on today. I know that was a little confusing, but hopefully it'll be a little bit more obvious once we actually get into it. And I just went ahead and did a little intro puzzle for this to just kind of show how they work. So the idea is you come in here and you can't go up because of this. You go over here and you can't go over here because of this. You go over here and you can get through. Hooray! You come over here, you hit this, now you're trapped, right? Because these ones came up. Then you go up here, go around. These ones are down now because you disabled them, so you can go through here and you can go through here and then you can go to the end. So this is just like a little intro puzzle so that you learn how they work. It's not exactly a puzzle. You just, there's only one way to go. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to make it so that I don't have to go through my entire dungeon to get to this point. So we're going to go over to our dungeon code, and somewhere we are setting where we should be starting for our dungeon. And I'm just going to go ahead and edit that so that we start here instead. So I think that's inside of, it's inside of an like a tile overlaps event. No, this is a wall. This is a button, I think. This is another button. This is the exit, which means this is the entrance. Yay. Okay, so we're calling this load map at location with 2.5. I'm just going to deepscape this, put this over here so that I don't forget what the right one is. And then we can go over to here and figure out where we should be spawning. So we want to spawn right here. So we're going to do, let's see, 0, 1, 2, and then 0, 1. So we want 2, 1. All right. As much as I'm sure you loved seeing me die over and over again in that dungeon. All right, cool. So now we spawn right in this room that we're going to be working on. It's pretty nice. All right. So one other thing I'm going to point out real quick is I went ahead and I did animations for these guys too. So we've got the two versions of this orb, and I think I messed one of them up. Yeah. Look at this fourth color trying to enter into our game.
Horrifying.
Yeah, there we go. We're safe. Yeah, I put that in temporarily as I was swapping colors around and accidentally forgot to change it back, but I noticed it while I was playing. Okay, so we've got the two versions of the orb. We're going to toggle between these two. And then for each of our poles, we have two animations. So we've got the ones that go down, and we've got ones that go up. Right, so we can show a little animation when we switch between the two states, just so you can kind of see what's going on. Also, unlike our other puzzles, this one's going to persist in between floor, like rooms. So if you hit it and then you go through rooms, it's going to stay. We're not going to reset it. All right, so those are our assets. Let's go back to our blocks and get started coding this thing. By the way, so tomorrow we're planning on working on the boss battle, I think. Now we've got like a bunch of dungeon stuff. I might do some more little enemies, but I'll probably do that on my own time. All right. There we go. Sorry, my computer does not like streaming and running arcade at the same time. Okay, so we're probably going to be working on a boss battle. So if chat or anybody has any suggestions for what our boss should be, I know Dobix mentioned a cat, so there's an idea, but kind of throw it around. We were thinking about the mechanics, and do you want to talk a little bit about that, Joey?
Yeah, so there's a boss that's pretty like recurring in a lot of Zelda games called a Wizrobe, I believe. Is that the right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a magician that teleports around, and usually it fires lasers or balls of some sort of like magic balls at you. Sometimes ice, sometimes other stuff, and you got to beat it. And then there's also one other mechanic that comes up a lot in Zelda, where it's like you got to return the ball. So they fire a ball at you, and you have to slash at it so that it bounces back and it hits them, and then they're susceptible to attacks or something. You can hit them for a little bit because they're stunned. So we're thinking something like that maybe. And a cat wizard does sound really good.
Yeah, that is true. I do like cats and wizards. All right. So I'm making a function right now. It's going to be called set toggleable wall state because I don't remember what we call those things. It's going to take in a boolean, which is going to be that white is up. Now, what we're going to do is inside this function, this is going to be setting the state of all of our tiles on the map that we're currently on. If we're not on a map, we're just going to set a variable. So let's do that first. We're going to go ahead and make a variable now, which is going to be called is white toggle up. And we're just going to set that to be this. Okay. Now we want to loop over all of our tiles, and we want to make the ones that are white tiles like up, if it's up, or we want to make them down, and we want to do an animated transition. But first, let's just work on getting them like up or down and setting the wall on and off for all of them. So to do that, you may have guessed, we're going to be using a for of loop, and we're going to loop over all of our tiles of kind, or not of kind, but with the image of that wall. So let's open up C, array of all blank locations. Change this to be, let's start with the white ones. So we're going to do this. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to, for each of these guys, we're going to make a sprite to put on top of them. And we're going to use that to set what our image is. We're always going to leave them as this underlying tile, just because that's going to be the easiest, I think, to keep track of if we're not editing our tile maps constantly by swapping out the tiles. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead. We're going to create a sprite. And this is going to be fake white wall. And for its image, we can just use this tile. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, depending on which state that we're currently in, actually, well, I'm going to edit this function real quick. I'm going to take in another boolean. That's going to be animate. We're not going to use it yet, though. Okay, so we're creating our fake white wall. And now, depending on if white is up or not, we're going to set the image to be either the up one or the down one. So let's go ahead and do a if this. Then we're going to do a set image to, and we're going to set it to be this one if it's up, This one if it's down. Okay, let's fix this variable. I think I'm just going to use, so I've just been using this new enemy variable for all of our temporary sprites. So I think I'm just going to keep using that.
We just have to remember, I guess it's not that hard to remember to not yield yield to other fibers whenever doing it.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to do that anyway. That makes sense.
Yeah, we don't need to do that. Okay. So we've set our image correctly now. So we're going to duplicate this. And we're now going to do the opposite for our other wall type. So let's loop over all of our other ones, which are, let's see, right here. We're going to make a new variable, or a new kind. And I think I'm going to call these orange. Fake orange wall. Oh my gosh. Gosh. Math is tough, but typing is tougher.
Oh yeah, we need to place that location still.
What's up?
Is it different? Well, we
right,
need to place the
locations.
locations.
Yeah, you're right.
But are you going to do something with the different kinds for the two of these? It doesn't matter much, but. I was assuming all the interactions were going to be based off of the underlying tile. And this is just like a visual, but I guess it could possibly. I'm not sure.
No, you're right. You're right.
Save us a step when we want to destroy them all and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna just make them all fake white wall, which doesn't make a ton of sense now, but whatever. Okay, so if white is up, this one's gonna be down, and so it's the opposite. Cool. And now what Joey was saying, which I completely forgot to do, is we're going to go ahead and call a place on top of. So Unsigned Arduino had a great idea on the forum, which was every time we forget to upload, well, actually, it's usually not us forgetting. It's us willfully ignoring the fact that we have to upload and make a forum post for some stream we did. Then we have to do a quarter for that for every day.
Usually we justify it to ourselves like so nicely, like, oh, I really just wanted to fix this one last bug before I put the game out so that it's better for everybody. And so that's why it hasn't been posted in like 3 weeks.
The reason I don't think this one is fair is because it so unfairly impacts me and Vivian compared to you and Shannon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have my streaming computer with me right now, so I can't. So yeah, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, most of the quarter ones do end up impacting you almost.
Yeah, but this one particularly, I think because the fact that we do so many streams makes it compound, because the more that we have in the queue, the less likely we are to do it.
Yeah. You know? Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're setting our wall state. So let's go ahead. We're going to. There's one other thing we want to do is before we do this, because we're going to be doing this every single time we toggle. We don't want to have a bunch of extra sprites lying around. So we're actually going to destroy all sprites of this kind, so that every single time we're setting the state, we're just creating a new sprite, and then we're going to do a new thing. And so that'll be the easiest way to make sure that we're not creating sprites on top of sprites on top of sprites on top of sprites on top of sprites. We don't need it. So let's go ahead into here now. We're going to sorry, that's in tile maps. My computer is slow. Okay. So up here, up top, we're going to do destroy all sprites of kind, and then not health thing. Fake white wall. Okay. Now the last thing we need to do before we do the animations is we need to set the wall to be either true or false. So we're going to go into scene. We're going to set our wall. And we're just going to set it to be equal to this either white is up or not white is up. So just do it like that.
Opposite. Flip that.
Set wall, white is up. If white is up, then.
Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. I got the order of the parameters wrong, not the wait.
Oh, gotcha. And so then we just want to do the opposite down here. All right, cool. We got our walls. So let's call this function. I think I'm still in quadruple quarter mode. I'm still into quadruple. I said I would do it for the 2 weeks. So I'm still, if I like get a quarter, it's worth 4 quarters for these 2 weeks.
Ooh, will this be the first time that I've ever had to make use of the fact that I supported adding arbitrary amounts of quarters, besides negative, I guess?
No, this was just a special bonus because I'm the only one here. And I'm just so dedicated to not doing any quarters for these 2 weeks. Right?
Now I want to add 4 quarters because I wrote all the stuff to support.
Oh, that's true, right? Yeah, your bot does support it. Is the bot back on, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, there was no bot last week, guys. That was all my fault.
I think it's tedious to get a token.
So, on tile map loaded, we're gonna go ahead and go into here, and we're gonna call our function. I might get a quarter this week, but I'm not getting a quarter today.
Oh.
And we'll go into functions. We're going to call set toggleable wall state. We don't want to animate when we're loading our map. So I'm going to set this to be false. And I'm going to set this just to be equal to whatever our variable currently is. So let's see. Here's a variable that had a question mark. I'm just going to look for the one that has a question mark. All right, it's failing me. There it is. Okay. So we're just going to set our toggleable wall state. And then we also want to make sure that we destroy all of our right sprites of kind. So let's go into here. We're going to duplicate this, put it up here. We're going to change this to be
fake white wall? No.
Yeah, that one. There it is.
Do we need to do that? Because aren't we going to destroy them? Don't we destroy them all in the thing anyway?
Yeah, whatever, the block's staying. And we're also going to destroy all things of kind spike because we had a spike there that was sticking around. I don't know if you guys saw that a while ago. Okay, so let's just go into our dungeon and see what this did. All right, so by default, it starts out as false, so our white is up. We actually want to do the opposite. We want to start with our white being up. So we're going to go ahead and set that inside of our onStart, but for now, this is working fine. Come over here, and I cannot go through this one. So looks good. Yeah, all right, I think we're good. All right, cool. So we're now going to go ahead and do our overlap event with this guy. So we want to make it so that when our sword overlaps with this, we're going to toggle it. And then we're going to also show our animation. So we're going to do the animation too now. But first, let's do the toggling. So let's go ahead and do an overlaps event for our sword. I don't think we have one of those. First, though, let's do a quick Daryl.
Now we're gonna lose the correct location now. It's somewhere in there.
It's right there. As long as it's somewhere, I can find it. Okay. So we want to. What did I just say we were gonna do?
Oh,
the toggling. The toggling.
The overlap event.
Yeah, so we're going to drag out a tile overlap. Put it right here. I'm going to change this to be our tile. So let's go ahead and find that. I think I did it as a tile. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we're going to need 2 of these. So let's go ahead and duplicate. And the other thing that's going to be kind of tough is we're going to have to debounce this somehow. So
I think the timer extension has that.
Oh yeah, the timer extension's got us covered with that, I think.
Like there's like a key string you can pass into one of them.
I'm not going to use that fancy debounce thing. I'm just going to use a do in 500 milliseconds like turn.
Okay, That makes sense.
Okay, so we're going to set this into our sword. Where are you at, sword? Sword. Okay. We're going to set this one to also be sword. And then we're going to set this one to be our other one. Okay. So whatever the color of the orb currently is, we want it to swap. So this is another thing we're going to have to add to our function. But whatever the color currently is, that's the one that's going to be up. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go into our function. We're going to call that one we just made. So set toggleable wall state. We're going to set this to be, so this is if white is up. And since right now it's black, that means that this is right. We want this to turn white, and then this one's going to turn on. So perfect. We also want it to animate, so this is also good. Now we're going to come down here. We're going to do false. Good. Okay. Now, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make a variable. And the variable is going to be, should I try doing the debounce thing?
Sure. I mean, if it works, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's try doing it. All right, so we're going to go into timer. And we've got this for action at most once every blank do. That's the one we want, right? I think.
Yeah. So we just want to say like toggle wall, and then wrap everything in this, I think.
Yeah. So we just want to put this in here like this, right? And we're going to put this in here. And then we're going to make sure that this string is the same in both places. So this is going to be toggle wall. And so this is a thing I don't know if we've ever used on stream before. But the idea here is that, so this will only run once, at most once every however many milliseconds we put in here. So if we put in 500, that means that even if we're overlapping every single frame, this won't run again until 500 milliseconds has passed.
It's a very common thing in JavaScript, and we do it a lot just with that same thing that we talked about earlier, where we do like a set a Boolean flag and a set timeout to, or not set timeout, pause and run separately. But I will be honest, I don't know if I've ever actually ran this tried
I don't know if I've ever actually used it either. So, okay, I think that this isn't working right now. But it could be because my sword kind is wrong. So let's go and look at our sword. Nope, it's kind sword.
Can you set a breakpoint on the code inside the separate in the at most every?
Yeah, let's do it. Debugger.
Why is this stopped?
Oh, right. We changed it so that it stops on the first one.
We did? Oh.
Yeah. There was a bug on it for microbit.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
you
That's fine.
Continue now, though, debugger. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go over here. Okay. So we've covered before, but actually, I need to do it inside this one.
Okay.
Fine. All right. Bam. Okay, so we are hitting our event. Okay, now we're going to do a continue. Okay. We did hit this. Okay, so there's just a problem in my.
Okay. Yep. Good. Oh, are we not setting the variable possibly? Do we need to set the or is that done in the function? I might have missed that if it was done in the function.
It's done in the function, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
so
I guess we can just step through.
So if we hit this, we're passing in false, which means that this should be white is not up, which means this is right. And it's not actually, oh, okay, wait, so what's happening is we just have we've got the wrong state. Oh, okay, right, this makes sense.
Oh, is our initial state saying that white is down or something? And
yeah.
doing white is up? Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into, we don't need to make a variable. We're going to go ahead and do our set is white toggle up. We're going to set that to be true. Not change. Because that's how I wrote the tile maps. And I think the white one looks better. So that's why I'm making that one be the one that's up by default. So it's a good first impression.
Yeah.
We're going to set this to be true. Now we're going to head over to our set toggleable while state function right here. Get over here. The moods of Chomp. Will Hawks looking at you, lunging.
Nice.
I forgot about that. Okay. So we're going to go into our tile map. We're going to do a replace all tiles. We're going to go into logic. Do an if. Take in our white is up, and if white is up, then we're going to replace all of our, let's see, all of these ones with these ones. And now for here, we want to do the opposite. All right, now we can try this. Cool, so we're in the right state. I'm gonna go over here and juke.
Nice.
Yeah, so the debounce appears to be working perfectly because if I do it a bunch of times, it is only changing like once every 500 milliseconds, I believe that.
I haven't looked at the code, but I believe it should because we have a debounce that I've used in other places, and I'm sure it's just calling that and keeping a map of them or something.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, this works pretty well. I like it. So we need to do our animation though, because even though you can kind of tell what's going on, I went to all that trouble to make that little animation. So let's do it. We're going to go into logic. We're going to do an if. Wait a second. Yeah. We're going to take in our animate variable.
Maybe we should get a screen shake while we're doing this too. I feel like a screen shake is a good.
You want to? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, all right. I'll do that, but it'll be in just a sec. Let me get through this first. Okay. So we're going to get rid of this set image stuff. We're going to go into animation, and I already did the animations, so we can just go into here, choose our new enemy variable. Okay, so this one is white is up. So we want to do the ones going from down to up. So let's go ahead and go into our gallery, not gallery, do my assets. We want to do this one. Yay, it's so slow. Like faster. Make it like 100. That'll probably be fast enough. And then otherwise we want to do the opposite. So let me just go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to select this. Going to go to my assets. Going to select the one going down. Nice. Okay. We also want to put this inside of the. Wait. No. All right, I want to pop this out. And I'm going to put this inside the else for the animate because we don't want to set the image if we're going to be doing the animation because that's going to do that for us. And otherwise, it's going to flicker in the wrong state and then animate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it will.
I fixed a bug before where there was like a leading flicker. I think it would have worked, but I think it's better this way either way.
All right. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to head on down here. Now we're going to get rid of this. Put this in here. Hey, you, stay out of here. Okay, and now we're going to just do our animations. So we want to do the opposite one. So this one's going up, so we want to do the one going down. This one. This one's going down, so we want to go up. All right, and now for our last thing, we're going to go into our scene, and we're going to grab our camera shake block, which we should always use more often. And then
we want this only if animate on, probably.
Yes, because you see my tile map just
loaded
the simulator. Yeah, that's no good. Okay, so we're going to go into here. We're going to do set our camera shake in here, and we're going to get our animate argument. So go ahead and duplicate this. One other thing I'm going to do real quick, because I'm noticing something. So here, before I do that, take a look at the edge when this shakes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you see that? You see how it's not one of our 3 allowed colors in this game?
So set background color?
Yeah, so we're going to do a set background color to make sure that doesn't happen.
Nice.
All right. Why do we? Okay, file this bug, Joey. When you go out of full screen, it zooms you back up to the on start. Really annoying.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of annoying. Oh my God. P1 next release.
No, mark it as next release. It shouldn't do that.
No, it is a next release. Probably not P1.
No, not P1 though. Okay. So we want to set our background color, like I said. So we're actually going to. It's weird. So we're setting our background color to be black, and you'd be like, isn't that going to do the same thing? Well, actually, it's not. The reason why this is happening is because right now we don't have a background color, and there is a way to get a 16th color. The 16th color is transparency, because if you do transparency, it will be black. We just won't do anything to the pixel, and so it'll come up as black, even if black is not one of the things that's in your color palette. We don't, want that in this instance though, so we're going to actually set our background color to not be transparency. It's going to be black, and that should fix our little screen shake. All right.
The 16th color only applies when nothing else has been drawn onto that location, so it's only really in the screen shake in the first place.
Yeah, it's only if it's the background and if there's nothing back there. Okay, so hit this. Should that be faster or slow, or is it good slow?
I could see it at 50 milliseconds, I think.
All right, let's make it a smidge faster. So let's go ahead and make this 50. Let's do 75.
We might want to increase the throttle on the
there we go.
On the other one to like a second too, because it looked like it was going. If you went fast, it would kind of cut off animations.
Oh, I see what was happening. I left these ones as 200. That's why it looked slow.
Ah.
I think we should be good for.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With that speed, it's good. I guess the 200 was what was messing it up.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm also going to. I like the camera shake, but we're going to drop it down to like 2 pixels. I think it's a little too much. Just a mild shake, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that looks right.
Yeah, that looks good. I like it.
Lots of games do this so that if you have one of these in a room where there isn't, is pylon the right word? That's not the right word. That's like a tower.
It's not.
One of those things. When those things exist, if there's one that's not in the room, you'll see that there is an action that was taken that like somewhere in the dungeon something changed. That's why there's a screen shake a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Here it's just for aesthetics. But
yeah,
you know, if we do end up making a dungeon where it's not immediately accessible, then that's that'll be a good thing to have. All right, well, we did it. This looks really good. I think this game looks really good. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Pat. Okay. So now that we've got this going, we can finally have some like actual puzzles. So I think we've got let's see, about 20 minutes left. So Joey, what do you want to work on? I think we can. The things I'm thinking of are 1, we get started on the boss battle, or 2, we work on adding another enemy type.
I think boss battle is good to start on its own, so enemy type is probably good.
Okay.
Boss battle is probably one stream.
Yeah, I think so.
Not a reason to start really.
All right. So, what enemy do we want to do?
See, so we got the like the looking, and then dashing at you. We got spear guys. Do we have like hide and shoot? I guess that's kind of what the fun you guys was.
So I had two ideas for this. This one might take too long, so we might want to do it. I was thinking of doing a BMO.
Okay.
Not BMO from Adventure Time.
BMO. I can't get that out of my mind, to be honest.
Sorry. BMO from the Legend of Zelda, which are these guys that have eyes and they shoot a laser at you and it chases you around, really slowly. So I think that would be that would be really cool. And Dobix gave us a crystal, which I'm pretty sure he meant to be money, but we're not gonna, that's too Zelda-y, I think.
Yeah.
But
this is a good like source of the beam. I like that.
Yeah, right. That's what I like.
Okay. And then we can do something like we can set the Z. Okay, nice. I like it.
Yeah. So what we can do, I think, is we can use the render at Z-index to draw the line. Then we'll have a sprite that's following. It's going to do a little effect that's going to be smoke coming up where it's landing, and we're going to switch its color between like two things. So it's like, flickering a bit.
Flickering, yeah.
And it's going to like chase you around. And if we're being really fancy, we could leave a little burn mark behind.
Okay. I like it. Render at Z-index. We have a sprite with just a basic follow is probably good enough.
Yeah, just the basic follow.
Seems good.
All right. Nice. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. All right. These guys also, you're not going to be able to defeat them, I think.
Yeah.
If we eventually, so usually you can't until you get arrows, and then with arrows you can. I do have arrows on our to-do list, but it's near the end. So.
Yeah. I mean, we could just do switches too. That's another way to, like, you have to get to a switch in the room and it disables them.
Oh yeah. What was that?
One fun thing about the follow is that like you can trap the sprite for the laser too, and then you just won't go through walls anyway. It's perfect.
Well, I'll probably say goes through walls when true on it.
I guess so. Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to do this. Man, we're just adding so many nefarious things to destroy you in this game. We're going to go ahead and make a tile for this. So let's go ahead and do a copy. Now let's go to one of our boring empty rooms. We'll do this one. We're going to go into my tiles and just make a new tile. There you go. And let's give it a background. So, I'm going to be fancy. Let's delete this. Go into gallery. We're going to go ahead and get our floor tile, just somewhere in here. Floor tile. There you are. We're going to paste this guy on top. So, looks right. Now we're going to put this like right here. Really annoys me that these aren't centered. I've been meaning to make it so that they are centered, but I haven't yet. Centered? Yeah, because we have an even number of tiles, but it's just such a big effort to make it so that everything is centered that I'll probably never do it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But you can do it though. The way you do it is by offsetting things, which works because we're already offsetting tiles. But anyway. Okay, so we've got our tile now. Let's go ahead and go into our onTileMapLoaded function, which I maybe still have open. I think it got Daryled away. OnTileMapLoaded. Go ahead and expand this. All right. So now we are going to go ahead and create a sprite. So we don't necessarily need to create a sprite for this guy. The reason being that, it's kind of just going to look the same. But I'm thinking that it will be useful for a few reasons. One, it'll be useful to have a sprite there for like while we're doing the drawing and things, because we'll have the location. But two, I think it's going to be really useful for making it look nicer so that we can have it so that the laser is coming from behind the crystal. I don't know if we want to do that or if we want to have it coming from it on top of. Yeah, we'll have to see what looks better. But okay, so we're going to loop over all of our locations. So let's go ahead and just duplicate one of these. Whoa. I'm not going to worry about that.
It looks fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's happy.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got that. Oh, it should be this. All right, everything's cool. Okay. We're going to do 16 by 16. Do Command A. Get out of here. I'm going to paste this guy in here. And we're going to give this a kind, which is going to be, what should this kind be?
Laser boy. Laser guy.
Laser boy.
Yeah. Is there a musician or something named that? Let's see. Oh, there is. I guess it's also pretty close to lazy boy. Maybe we should do, whatever. This is fine.
I'm just going to change it. I'm going to change it to something else. Or we'll just make it laser crystal. That's probably safe. Okay. So we're putting them on top of value. We're setting wall on, which I think is the right thing to do. And we want to make sure that this is our actual tile. So let's go ahead and select that tile we just made. Right here. All right, cool. So now we've got our sprite. Let's go ahead and get to work. First, though, we're going to go over to here and we're going to destroy them. Because I always forget to do it.
I guess that would have been a crystal. That would have been a quarter anyway.
That's no quarter. All right, we're going to go into Sprite Utils. This lovely extension Joey has provided for us. We're going to go to this render z index. We're going to set this to be, I think, like 5. I'm pretty sure the player is at 10. I think the sword is at 4. I think the sword is at 4. So let's make this 3. So we're in between the two. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make another sprite that's going to be our target sprite, which, let's see.
You probably only want it to be like 1 or 2 pixels, maybe 2 pixels tall and wide, right?
Yeah, so let's go back to our on tile map loaded, and we'll do it inside here. So we're going to make another new sprite. This one we do need a new variable, so we're going to name this laser target.
Oh, right, because all of them need to have their own.
Yeah. We're going to add a new kind, which is going to be called laser target. Please, yay. Okay. And we're going to make this 3 by 3. And we're going to do, I think, like this. Okay, now we need to store this on our enemy because we're going to loop over all of our laser crystals. We're going to loop over, we're going to need to have all of our laser targets that go with the laser crystal. Right now, we're only going to have 1 in the room, but we might get into a spot where we're like, oh, we want to be really mean, and we're going to have like 3 in a room. So we need to make sure we keep track of which one's which. So to do this, we're going to, one other thing. I want to place this on top of our location also. So let's change this to be laser target. We're going to use Vivian's favorite extension.
Nice.
Arcade.
Sprite.
Yeah. Yay. Someone on stream must love it when we do that.
Uh-huh. Or we're just making enemies. One of the two.
One of the two. Okay. So we're going to change this to new enemy. Where are you, new enemy? It's alphabetically sorted. Richard is alphabetically sorted. You know your alphabet, so you should be able. There we go. Okay. We're going to set this to be target, and we're going to go ahead and just duplicate this laser target, and we're just going to put them right in here. Okay. Now we also want to make so this laser target follows our player, and I want it to go real slow. Because the fun of this thing is going to be to put it in rooms where you also have to do something, like there's a puzzle. And so you have to do your puzzle while also avoiding this thing that's following you around. So we want to make this our hero. We're going to set the speed to be, let's make it like 30. All right, now let's go back to our render. Where'd you go, render? There it is. All right, so if you've never seen this block before, Joey, you want to give an intro for what this block does?
Yeah, so sprites are one way to draw things on screen, but they're a little bit heavy. They have a lot of things that they do, right? You can move them around and all that sort of stuff. What this does is it basically just gives you an access to the screen as an image, and it says like just you can put this anywhere you want in between other sprites because they all sprites have their own z-index, and you can just draw directly to the screen, and it will just happen every game update and just do it for you. That's basically all it does.
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing in this case is we want to draw a laser. So the way we're going to draw our laser is we're going to draw our line on our screen from one location to another. And we want to do this for all of our sprites, so all of our eye lasers. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here. We're going to go into sprites and get our array of all sprites of kind. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to set this to be our, what's up?
The question on this one is, what color are we going to use for this?
Oh,
tan.
It's going to be white and tan. It's going to flicker between the two.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a cool effect.
Yeah, that does make sense. That'll be fine then.
Yeah, and not enough to trigger an epilepsy warning either, I'm hoping. Okay, so let's go ahead now. We're going to need to get the X and Y on this guy. So let's go ahead and do our value X and value Y. And we're also going to, so there is going to be a little bit of flickering, so, but not a lot, I hope. So yeah, just FYI, if that is a consideration for anybody. We're going to go ahead and go into our data as Sprite. Let's grab this. We're going to set this to be our value. We're going to get the target, is what I called it. And we're just going to do the same X and Y business. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to duplicate this. This right here. Put this right here.
Boy, it's a long block.
Yeah, it's pretty long. All right, and we are now drawing our laser. So right now it's just drawing as white, but let's go look at it. Wow, something weird happened there. I thought I made it something different.
Yeah, it should just be a dot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got confused somewhere in my copy and pasting.
I like it.
All right, let's go see. Let's go see.
Yeah, we'll see how the speed feels when it's in an actual puzzle.
Yeah. Huh.
What is going on there?
Oh, I did it backwards. That's the tile right there.
Wait, does it just work if you do pass in a tile?
No, so what's happening is the tile is staying thing, and the laser crystal is what's following us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so there we go. We got a laser coming after us. It's kind of hard to see, so I think we're gonna beef up this laser a little bit. So to do that, easiest way is we're just gonna copy and paste some stuff. So let's go ahead and do duplicate. We're gonna go into math. We're gonna get some mathy blocks. So for each of these, we're gonna go ahead and put in one of these minus or pluses, and we're going to either add or subtract one, and then we're gonna end up making this a little bit thicker of a beam. So let's change this back to Y.
Someday we should really consider adding a draw line at location thickness.
With thickness, yeah, we could probably do it more efficiently than this also. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I'm just gonna do it from the start, and I think that should be good enough, but we'll see how it looks.
Offset from the start. Oh, yeah. Because then that's what it looks like. You got it all pinpointed. So it's all coming from different locations.
Yeah. All right. So let's go see.
Yeah, that's lasery.
Looks pretty lasery to eye. Okay, I did this wrong though. So let's see. We did minus minus plus minus plus plus minus plus. That's not right. Because we want to right. So we want to do 0 and then -1, and then we want to do +1, and then we want to do 0 for this one, and then we want to do let's see, +1 for this one, and then 0 over here, and then this should be minus. Now this is confusing. And then we want this one to be 0, and then we want this one to be +1. There we go. All right, that should be good. There we go. So in case you couldn't tell why I was upset with that, there was a little bit of spacing, like where the laser was originating. That was no good.
Oh, we need to go through walls, like you said.
Yeah, we need to go through walls. But we're going to make this cool now. So got this going. We're going to make a another variable, which is going to be called laser color. And we're going to set our laser color in this render thing, and we're going to set it to be, let's see, what is white? 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to do a an if, and what we're going to do is we're going to check, are we equal to 1? Then we're going to set it to tan, which I remember perfectly is 13.
I mean, that sounds right. 14, I think, is brown, and 15 is black. This will happen every frame, though.
What?
This is gonna happen every frame, though, right? So this is gonna be a little bit of a flicker.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a flicker, but it's not much of the screen.
We'll see.
All right, I can do it somewhere else. So anyway, we need to use this laser color everywhere. Okay, so flickering.
What I was thinking was that we could just use the game time, and we could just do like mod 500 or something, and have it so it changes every from I guess mod 200, change every 200 milliseconds.
That's not going to work perfectly though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it's not flickering.
Can you
go back? The question is, okay, so if laser color equals 1, set it to.
It's not gonna equal 1 until we initialize it though. Oh, I guess that will just fall into the else case. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. All right, cool. We're over time now, but I'm gonna keep going because I think we're almost done with this, and I just want to wrap this up. Yeah, so, all right. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make this a little less flickery. So we're gonna go into an on-game update interval. Put this in here. I'm gonna make this like 200. I'm hoping that'll be okay.
Yeah, that should be fine.
So let's go over here. We're gonna look and see. Yeah, okay.
That should be fine. Yeah. Nice.
I want it to be faster though, but I won't. I won't do it. All right. So this is okay. This is kind of cool, but can you tell that's a laser, Joey?
Not yet. I need some burning.
Yep. So we need to make it look a little bit more lasery. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to leave scorch marks behind, and we're going to make little smoke come up. It's going to be really cool. So let's head over to our on game well, I guess I can just do it inside of this render if I want. I'm going to go ahead and create a little ash thing. So we're going to change this to be like 2 by 2. I'm just going to make it, black. And we're going to give it a lifespan. So let's go ahead and go into here, give it a lifespan of to make this a new enemy. Consistently using this all over the place. So no, that's new heart. Oh well, this one's new heart. Nice. I'm gonna set this to be lifespan. We're gonna set this to be like 200. It'll probably be fine. And we're gonna make this kind decoration. I'm probably not using that for anything important.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, I didn't set the location. All right. So we're going to take this guy, put him over here, duplicate, Y. Look. All right, that's something.
It does look kind of like a caterpillar's just chasing you around, and the laser's trying to kill that caterpillar really badly.
It does look like that, doesn't it? How do we fix that? Maybe let's start by making the lifespan longer. I think we'll make it like 400, and this might just make way too many sprites, but we'll see.
It'll end up making like 20 per.
All right, okay.
If we make them all ghost, it should be fine with 20, I think.
All right, so we'll make them all ghosts. But the other thing we want to do is we want to make it so there's a little bit of smoke that's like puffing up, wherever this is. And then maybe we want to make it so that it's a little less like uniform,
Just offset a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, or like a little bit like specklier. It does look like a caterpillar right now, doesn't it? Yeah, I think maybe we just want to like drop a few or something.
Yeah, like 30% chance to make a sit mark instead of 100%.
What if I did like this?
Right now, I think it's going to be consistent enough that it'll still look like a line, but we'll see. Because it's still, yeah. Now it just looks like an army of ants.
It does look like an army of ants, yeah.
Maybe like make it, could you try like an if 15% chance? Bottom.
What percent do you want?
15.
15. That seems low.
I'm hoping that it's a little bit low so that it like they'll smush up together if it sticks around near the same spot. But if it's just going fast, it won't leave a burn mark too long.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Maybe. If it's too consistent, then like when the laser is moving at its fastest, like it wouldn't necessarily leave a burn mark the entire duration because it's just wiping past it.
Okay, so let's move this up to 25%. I think it needs to be a little bit higher. And let's go ahead and do our smoke. So for our smoke, what we're going to do is we're going to, I think, do like a little bit of a loop. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh no, that's going to be way too many sprites. We'll just do one each time. We're going to create one that's just 1 pixel. That is white. Make it 1. No, not 21 by 21. That would be a little too much smoke. And for this one, we're going to set its lifespan to be, yeah, we'll just leave it as 400 for now. We want to set its position just like we are for this one, but we want to give it an upward velocity, and we want it to be the upward velocity to be pretty slow. We're going to give it a random angle, so let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to do velocity at angle speed, or new heart. We're going to set the speed to be, yeah, let's do like 30. And then we will set the angle to be a random range. So let's go ahead and do a pick random. And we want it to, we also want to do degrees because that's easier to think about. Degrees to radians. Okay, so 0 is to the right, and we go clockwise around. So up here is 270.
So it'll be 1. I'm assuming you want like the upper arc, so leaving out this one. So to 345, I think. Or
so we want to do like, I think we want to do like maybe 20 degrees in each direction. So from 270, so we want to do like 250 to 290.
Sounds good.
Okay, we shouldn't make too many of these lasers. It might get a little slow. Okay, that velocity is too fast, but I do kind of like it.
I can barely make it out from right here.
Yeah. I think what
could we use the laser color? Would that look smoky?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's do that.
Because like smoke has like dark and light parts, kind of.
Let's just do a random chance, right?
Okay, yeah.
Get out of here. Computer, stop being slow. I command you, get more RAM. All right. So we're going to put in like a 50% chance. We'll put this at the end. We're going to do an else. We're going to duplicate this. Put it in here. We're going to change it to be the dark tan. And then we're going to make the speed a little bit slower. So we're going to make it like, I don't know, like 20. And we're going to set this to be a little bit higher, so like 500. And let's go see. Still kind of hard to see, huh?
Maybe black. Black and white.
Thinking that maybe we just need to do like more than 1 pixel. Yeah, maybe we should do black and white. All right, well, let's do outros.
Okay.
I'm Richard. At Richard on the MakeCode forum. You know me.
And I'm Joey at JWonder on the MakeCode forums. You might have forgotten me. I mean, I don't know. It's been a week.
He's been gone for a while. Yeah, that's true. It's not personal. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed some part of this. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay,
yeah,
that looks good. Nice.
Yeah. Maybe we can make it so that like the laser has an outline or something, but I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tune in tomorrow where we're going to probably just start working on a boss. That might be a 2-day thing because we might also want to like add plot. I don't know. Yeah. See you later.